Hi, everybody. Dacob here. Welcome back to Totally Dacob. We're talking Labubus. The brand new Labubu version 3 is out. Big on energy or with energy. We're going to check them all out. Super excited about this. The whole setting is very Labubu-esque, Labubu-ish, ready for the summer party celebration. Could be a birthday. Could be the colors of all the Labubus that are coming out now. So, subscribe to my channel, thumb up the video. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's a legend, just my opinion. The photos I'm going to show you are from the Pop Mart website. Blend-in photo number 1. This is the box of Big Into Energy. That is Labubu version 3. This is how the boxes are going to look like. And then we got the 6 on the side plus the secret one. We're going to get into all of them. I do have here my favorite Labubu of all of them, which is the King Labubu, the Checkmate series. I've taken off, by the way, the crown. It's super easy to take off. There's just like 3 white stitches. If you cut them, if you pay very much attention how you cut them, then you were not going to hurt the head because the crown was like here, right, underneath the hat. And then I took that off without any defects and flaws. Now I can wear it as my own little crown, super cute. And because I do love this Labubu, is my favorite one because I love the little card eyes. Very Vivienne Westwood playing cards. And then I made it a little Barbie hat, cut the holes out for the ears. So my little Labubu. I know. What are you looking at? Yeah, you saw this is a new Labubu collection. Oh my God. What are you going to do? So anyway, okay. So interesting story about these. When they first came out, they were a DIY project. So some fans would buy the regular Labubus, like we have here, 2 examples of the Macaron Series 1 Labubus, and then they would either take their faces off or cover their faces with like a silicone, and then they would either bleach their little furs or they would like dump them. Well, they would cut them in the back, they would take all the stuffing out, and then they would cook the in dye and colors their furs, and then they would kind of dip them just partially and then take them out. So one part of the Labubu would be like purple, one part would be pink, one part would be blue, and they would kind of fade like ombre effect from one color to the next. And then they would take their eyes out and they would redo and repaint their eyes and then pop them back in. I mean, it was a whole trend. Couple of months ago, and it seems as though Pop Mart and Kasing Lung, who is the creator and the author of the Labubus, and you see his copyright Kasing on the little paw down there, right down here under the Pop Mart logo. You see Kasing's own logo. They thought, oh, let's take this trend because everybody seems to be loving it so much, and let's profit off of it. Let's also do it. Which is interesting because usually brands start trends. They don't kind of jump onto trends that consumers do. But I find that very genius because Pop Mart was really quick to notice what people want. And they listened and they did exactly that. And I find that really, really clever because usually brands nowadays, they don't care what the customer wants. They just make their own stuff. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever, we're going to fire somebody who did the design. Instead, they're very clever. They went with exactly what the people were making. Let me show you how the whole set of 6 looks like. Again, all the photos are credited Pop Mart's website. This is how the 6 of them look like. And that is the cover. Very summer. I like the combination of the white, gray, silver, and then all of this pop of rainbow colors. Really, really cute. Really, really nice. Let's check out the Labubus up close on their, I want to say, CGI generated pictures by Pop Mart. Nevertheless, really cute to look at them. Let's see the first one. Big Into Energy. Here's the red little fella or lady. I think they have glitter in their eyes. So cute. The red one and pink. So you can see here how they're blending and fading the red into the pink into a gray hue. The back of it, well, it's stitched on the side, so the back is dyed differently than the front. The nails are even painted to match the color of the fur. One of the teeth is painted. And they started painting this tooth with their Zimomo or the Zimomo Angel in Clouds. The white one with the wings also had like a silver tooth. And Not so sure if they're little nail. Well, they don't really have nails, so I don't think that their nails on their fingers are painted, but on their toes they are. Maybe their fingers are painted as well. Where the little tiny ladies here, the macarons, of course, are not painted. They're like very minimal, but super soft and fluffy. So this is going to be a different fur. It looks like a fur texture that has been between the Have a Seat collection and the Macaron collection, but more tendant towards the Have a Seat Labubus. Fur texture, the nose also follows the color scheme of the fur. And then what I find really cute is that the ears have two different colors, right? They have the lightest gradient of the colorways used for this fur, and then the darkest gradient as well. So one ear on the inside has a stitching in the darker thread, and then one ear has the lighter thread, which is all like stuff that we say, oh, it's an aesthetical choice. It's very interesting that they aesthetically did this, because it's beautiful to see all these little details, like they keep adding with every new version of the Labubus, like there's more stuff added. But if you really think about it, they're also doing all of these little variations and differences to protect their product, to make it harder to counterfeit, to copy. Because there's a lot of details that they keep adding to every new edition of the Labubus, you know, and all of these extra added details just make it harder to copy them. So that's the red one. Let's check out the next one. I love the whole setup with this little fluffy little flower. You can't buy the flower. I think this is all CGI or AI generated. But anyway, it looks super cute. And I do think it's glitter in their eyes. The eyes don't move left and right. This is the yellow, gold, orange one. Of course, the nails are going to be that orangey yellow. Very Crayola, actually. Very dandelion, the color that they discontinued from the Crayola crayon collection. I think the toenails are that dandelion yellow-orange color, which is it's one of the most beautiful yellows ever made. The tooth is also in that dandelion, the nose as well, and then we got here the darkest hue of yellow they use for the fur and the lightest. You see what they do here? But except this one has the lightest here, the darkest there. The other one had the darkest here, the lightest here. So these little, I'm sure that they did this on purpose to make it easier for whoever wants to counterfeit them to make a mistake. I have a question. I wonder if every one of them is going to have fur dyed slightly differently. Like, is the lighter color going to be here and the darker there for all of them? Or are some of them going to be, depending on how the fur was cut, are some of them going to have patches of color distributed differently, which would make each one of the new version 3 Labubus unique if they all have a slightly different color, hue movement on their body, which would be super cute. Loving this color as well. Let's see the next one. Man, oh man, the pink, peachy, yellow color. Oh my God, is this my favorite? Love the fact that it has yellow nails, pink and peach fur, and then you have the pink eyes fading into peach yellow. And again, you see the contrast, the most extreme pink and the most extreme of the yellow hues on the body are then again mirrored and represented in the stitch of the ear. And the ears, by the way, are not painted. I mean, this is a stitch. It's a very thick, particular stitch. One of the ways you can see if a Labubu is a fake Labubu, a la Fufu, it's also by these stitches on the ears. The fake ones, really, they don't spend the time needed to fully stitch so thickly together the ears. So what you have here, for example, on my Labubu, look at that thread count. It is very, very dense. You can see how the thread, they almost look like a gros grand, the way that they have stitched those ears. It is very, very, very tightly woven. And I mean, the same if we go with the little guys here, the little ladies. You can see how tightly they have stitched. And usually the fakes don't have a stitch that is horizontal. They usually have it vertical and not really filling up all of the background material, but there's usually like little gaps in between the stitches. It's not so thickly woven. So the fact that they now added two different colorways and the hues are harder to match and to copy. So really interesting, you know, they become like almost like money, bills, you know, like, and they're adding more and more details to every new edition of a Labubus to make it harder to counterfeit. And I wonder if version 3, just like version 2, have a seat, are they going to have that black light stamp on their paw, underneath one of the paws? Because the first edition didn't have it. The first edition just has the logo on one side, and this paw doesn't have anything on it. The have a seat would have here a black light little stamp, Labubu shaped stamp as well. I love this colorway. It makes me want to bite it. It's like delicious, like a little cake, like a little fruit. Love it. I still don't know if the eyes have glitter. Okay, let's see the next one. So, oh my God. Okay, maybe this is my favorite one. I love lilacs and purples. This one is so cute with the purple toenails. And then, oh, this is so beautiful. It's like a little blue, purple, lilac-y lavender, faded. And then we have the lilac, the lavender colored tooth. And then we have the fade of the, like a light purple going into a darker purple hue for the eyes. And then the two ears with the two extremes again. The lightest of the purples and the darkest of the purples used on the fur are again mirrored on the ears. Isn't it beautiful? This one is really, really cute. I hope that the actual toy, you know, I hope that the actual Labubu, once we order it, because like I repeat, I think this is a CGI AI rendered image. I hope that they are really this fluffy and cute when you get them in real life. Although I gotta say, thus far, they've always been very true to their picture representation on their website, on the Pop Mart website. Like also the king, you know, exactly like she is on the website. I mean, beautiful quality, really. Hello, everybody. What you want? Okay, so cute. So anyway, what you looking at? You gotta look that way. There you go. Maybe this is my favorite color together with the peachy pink one. Let's see the next one. This one doesn't sit down in a yoga position. They're all standing. They're all going to have this shape, the little legs and the little, you know, legs. They're not going to have the legs like that. They're all going to be standing like this. Okay. They just did this version. They digitally altered it to make it look like it's sitting, just letting you know. And it's like a aquamarine blue, bit of teal, emerald. That's kind of hitting towards emerald, but not quite. Very deep green eyes. I have green eyes, so maybe this is my favorite. The green little toenails, super cute. Man, no, you know what? I'm still more for the purple. I'm still more kind of tendon purple, lilac, pink. Although this one also adorable. Let's see the next one. Okay, so those were the 6 you get. If you're lucky, instead of one of the 6, you will get the secret Labubu, which is the gray one, and every tooth is colored differently. It has all the colors of the rainbow, and the eyes are also rainbowy, but the lightest hue of gray is in this year, and the darkest hue of gray is in this year. Ear, not year, ear. And the toenails are black. This is the secret one. I personally think they did a great job by choosing this one as the secret one, because the gray one is not my favorite color, although I do love the little crazy rainbow going on in the face. But I am happy for their choice to like give everybody the 6 with the most beautiful colors, and then from time to time you get this one. And this one is okay, but like it's not my favorite. Even though it's the secret one and it's more rare, it's like 1 in 72 is the secret one. Like, what I'm trying to say here is this is how I think the secret Labubus should be done. You know what I mean? Like, it is special because it's rare, but it's not the best one. And I think that's fair. I think that is very clever of Pop Mart to not make the best looking Labubu the secret one. You know what I mean? This is clever. The secret one, it has a special feature, but it's not the best fur. Okay. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not like my favorite fur combo for this particular Labubu. So, but if you cannot get the secret one, they will be releasing Zimomo version 3. So we've had 2 Zimomos so far. One is I Found You, which is the brown Zimomo with exactly the same fur as this little Labubu. It has a tail in the back because it's a male. This is a female. All the Labubus are female, we all know. But the Zimomo is going to have a tail, and the tail in the back, every scale of the tail is going to have a different color of the rainbow, and it's going to have this fur color. And that's probably going to cost $300 or whatever. And that one is going to be available not as a secret, but you could get this fur combo with the rainbow teeth and all in a huge Zimomo version if you can't score the secret one. So I think they did that really cleverly. Like, you can get the gray version of him, of her, as a he in a big shape. So I'm fine if I don't get the secret one. Actually, I would be upset if I do get the secret one first. If I do manage to score a set of 6, like the first set I get, I really want to get the pastel colors first. Like the 6 pastel colors. Like, those are my favorite ones. Because if I get this one in the first set, yeah, I'll be happy I got a secret one, but then I'm going to have to buy another set to get the Labubu that was missing. You know what I mean? That I really like. Because if you get a secret one in your box, then of course you only get 6 of them, but there's 7 Labubus. So you're going to be missing one colorway. And then you're going to have to buy another set if you want to have the guarantee of getting the colorway that you're missing. You see what I mean? So this is the first time that I'm like really looking forward to a set of Labubus without having that anxiety of like, oh my God, I really want the secret one. It's cute, but I don't need it. Live in ferret. So there you go. Oh, and then there's another picture of all of them together. So you get to see all 7 of them. Aren't they adorable? They're going on across a rainbow, a fluffy rainbow. It's giving me very much Super Mario Kart vibes when they do the rainbow course. And they got little bubbles in the sky. The clouds are yellow. The sky's like pink, peachy, lilac, dark pink, blue, bubbles everywhere. It's just giving me Teletubby vibes, but also very Labubu. They're adorable. I mean, yeah, very much looking forward to. And of course, the secret one is like on her own little special trajectory. The secret Labubu is on her own little rainbow. All of the other ones are together on one rainbow, and the secret one is like, I'm on another level. Okay. So super cute, I think. At least image-wise, concept-wise, Pop Mart did a really brilliant design. I also, by the way, I'm not sponsored by them. I wish though, could you imagine if they sent them to me for free? Would love it, but no, I'm not sponsored. And I think they really are clever with their strategy of using these DIY projects that were trending everywhere and also on TikTok, and then turning them into their own Labubu for Pop Mart. Super clever of them, and the results are fabulous. If the Labubus actually have these colors, like the rendered colors from the CGI pictures, if they're this saturated in real life, oh my God, they're going to be amazing. What do you guys think? Let me know. Thumb up the video and share if you managed to get a set, because as I'm filming this video, it's just a couple of hours before they officially launch. So it's Labubu Day. Love you loads. Subscribe and thumb up the video. Bye.